Hello beautiful people of the internet, welcome back to my channel. My name is Hannah if you're new here, and I'm so excited that you've joined me today. Today, we're going to be talking about something near and dear to my heart, and that is graphic novels. I am one sucker for a graphic novel. I love this genre so much. I think this genre tends to have a lot of flack for whatever reason, because I feel like people tend to think because it has pictures it's a children's book, which is not the case in any world. Graphic novels are for all ages, absolutely all ages, and I'm here to tell you that I love graphic novels, so you should too. And here is a list of all the graphic novels that I love that I think you should read too. Alright, let's get started. We're starting this video off with a bang because I love this graphic novel so much. I've talked about it multiple times on my channel, and that is Sheets by Brenda Thumler. This, first of all, has the most stunning color palette. It's all pastel blues and greens and pinks, and it's just so beautiful. So this one is following our main character, Marjorie, and Marjorie has just lost her mom. And her mom and dad actually owned this laundromat, and because he is so down with grief, Marjorie's dad wants nothing to do with the laundromat anymore, and so the laundromat is kind of put on Marjorie's shoulders. And then one day, this cute little ghost ends up stuck in Marjorie's laundromat. This is a beautiful story of friendship, found family, grief. I just think that this is a wonderful middle grade graphic novel. Speaking of graphic novels about friendship, this is Cody by Jared Cullum. This is a beautiful story about Katya and her Meemaw, and Katya is visiting her Meemaw when all of a sudden she meets a furry friend out in the woods. You guessed it, she met a big bear. Of course, she names the bear Cody, and so while Katya is visiting her Meemaw, Cody and Katya are the best of pals, and then Katya has to go back to her home in the big city, and Cody is really upset about it. But I'll leave you with that. The next graphic novels I want to talk about are the Tea Dragon Society graphic novel series. These are by Kay O'Neill. The thing that puts these graphic novels apart from everyone else is the fact that I think that these drawings and illustrations are absolutely gorgeous. They're truly unlike any other graphic novel that I've ever read before. My pug just walked in, so if you can hear heavy breathing, that's... And don't step on that. He's gonna fall. You hear him breathing. Oh, here comes my other dog. Guys, do you mind? Yeah, okay. Hold on. The title tells you all that you need to know about this series. It's basically about this society that has these little animals called tea dragons. And basically what tea dragons are, they're little horned animals that have tea leaves on their antlers. And every so often, the people of the society harvests their tea leaves. Again, this one is just such a feel-good story, and all the characters throughout the series are linked. I thought that was a cool element as well. The next graphic novel is actually a graphic novel based off a real novel, and that is Anne of Green Gables, adapted by Maria Marsden and illustrated by Brenda Thumler. This is the same illustrator that did Sheets. Their illustrations are pretty similar. Obviously, this is the graphic novel version of the regular novel Anne of Green Gables, which that book alone means so incredibly much to me. That was actually the first book that got me really back into reading again. And this graphic novel is so closely adapted to the regular novel. I mean, everything that's in the book is in here, especially like that part where she accidentally gets drunk or she accidentally gets her friend drunk. That part's in here. Yeah, I love, 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 love this story. It's a very timeless story and it will never get old to me. The next graphic novel is another so incredibly sweet one, and this one is Frizzy by Claribel Ortega. This one is just so warm and sweet. It's kind of like one of those books that just make you feel all warm and cozy inside. This book is sunshine in a graphic novel. This one is about a little girl named Marlene, and Marlene is going through that middle school phase of where she's just trying to fit in. And Marlene has ethnic hair and she's just trying to figure out why her hair is so different from everybody else, and she kind of doesn't like it because it makes her stand out amongst the other girls. And with the help of her aunt, she learns that maybe her hair isn't so bad after all. Here's another one that means so much to me, and that is Sunny Side Up by Jennifer L. Holm and Matthew Holm. I read the first book in this series last summer, I want to say. First of all, they are lower middle grade, so they're, okay, let me rephrase that. I think they're middle grade, but there is one thing in here that I think is it's questionable about like what age I think you should read it at, but listen, as an adult, I ate these up. This is the cutest graphic novel I've ever read before in my entire life. So obviously this one is about Sunny St. James, and she is going to spend her summer with her grandfather at his condo. And she's like, I really don't want to do that because, all my friends are going to get to go all these places and I get to go hang out with granddad. But they end up having the sweetest summer ever, and it's just so sweet watching her relationship with her grandfather grow. And again, my grandfather meant so much to me, and just seeing Sunny kind of reminded me of myself. Next graphic novel I want you to read is Garlic and the Vampire by Bree Paulson. This is just such a sweet graphic novel. How many times am I going to say that? This is a sweet one because it's all about this little garlic right here who is sent up to save their little village from a vampire that's moved in. And obviously garlic and vampire, they don't mix, so she's the top pick to be sent up there to talk to this vampire. And things don't really go as planned. I'll leave you to that. Another graphic novel that I have grown to love is Ghosts by Raina Tellegeimer. And so basically this one's about our main character Katrina, and her little sister Maya is sick with cystic fibrosis, so they have to move. When they get to their new house in their new town, there's talk of different kind of ghosts sightings, and obviously Katrina and Maya are curious. And again, this does have a lot of Mexican culture in it. This does touch on the Dia de los Muertos holiday, and it just kind of discusses everything that goes with that. And I really liked that representation, but I also really liked the cystic fibrosis representation in that. I thought that that was neat, especially for a middle grade graphic novel. Another sweet graphic novel about friendship is Stargazing by Jen Wong. This graphic novel is about our main characters Moon and Christine. So basically they live in the same town and they could not be any more opposite from each other. Moon is everything that Christine isn't. Christine lives in a very strict Chinese American home, and Moon has quite the opposite. And watching how they kind of balance each other out is really sweet as well. I did also like the representation in this one. This next graphic novel, and what do you know, it's about friendship. I just love graphic novels about a cute friendship. This one is called Marshmallow and Jordan, and this is by Alina Chow. This one is about our main character Jordan, and Jordan is the star basketball player on her team. Well, she gets into an accident and is paralyzed from the waist down. So she is obviously put in a wheelchair after that, and she kind of is giving up on her dream of being basketball captain. She finds that with just a little perseverance that she can pretty much do anything that she sets her mind to. Oh, and then there's this cute elephant that is her friend named Marshmallow. Doesn't that just sound like the warmest freaking hug in a graphic novel? I mean, come on. The next graphic novel is one that you should probably read around fall and Halloween time, and that is The OK Witch. And I think that I believe that there's 2 books in this series, and I've read both of them and they were fantastic. So this series is about our 13-year-old main character named Moth, and Moth is kind of sensing that something's going on because she has these senses and these powers that not everybody seems to have, and she finds out that she is a witch. This is just a sweet story of her figuring out how in the world she's going to use these powers that she just now found out she had. The next graphic novel I want to talk about is This Was Our Pact by Ryan Andrews. And y'all, this one means so much to me. I loved every minute of this graphic novel. So this one follows a group of boys actually who every year their town celebrates autumn equinox, and they have a festival where all the townspeople come together and they send these paper lanterns down the river. And one of the main characters, his name is Ben, and his group of friends really want to know where these paper lanterns end up going. And so they make a pact that is like, hey, we're going to follow the paper lanterns wherever they go, and no matter what, we're not going to turn back. And so they made this pact, and so they set forth on their journey. And there is this little guy that is just so annoying to the group. And his name is Nathaniel, and I love Nathaniel. I just have a undying love for the underdog, and Nathaniel is the one that nobody likes. They just do not want him around. So fast forward, they get on their journey, and let's just say the other boys in the group decide that they do not want to continue, and it kind of leaves Ben and Nathaniel to keep the pact. And this is just a story of these 2 boys going on this journey, and it gets a little crazy sometimes, but I promise I don't think you can go into this one and not have a good time. One of my favorite graphic novels that I'm going to talk about next is The Witches by Roald Dahl, and this is illustrated by Penelope Bajou. I think that's how you pronounce it. But again, this is a graphic novel that is adapted to the regular middle grade novel of The Witches by Roald Dahl. Growing up as a kid, I always loved Roald Dahl, and I never read The Witches until I was an adult. And The Witches easily became one of my favorite Roald Dahl books, and the fact that he had a graphic novel made, I had to have it. And honestly, this may be one of my favorite graphic novels. This is definitely a comfort graphic novel that whenever I just need something comforting and just something to escape me from reality for a while, I'll pick this up because it's so comforting to me, and I just love it. Last but certainly not least, because I absolutely adore this graphic novel, and that is Pumpkinheads by Faith Erin Hicks. Nope. Rainbow Rowell. One of these illustrated it, I'm pretty sure, but both of their names are on here. So this story is a perfect story for fall. If you want a fall recommendation anytime, it's right here. Okay, I don't even care if you don't read graphic novels, you need to pick this up because it is the most fun time that you'll have in the fall, I promise. This story did not turn out how I thought it was going to. I thought it was so adorable. And again, if you want a beautiful, wonderful, amazing, fun fall time, you'll find it in here. And there you have it, my friends. Those are all the graphic novel recommendations that I have for you today. Again, this genre in general means so much to me because I find that they are a great palate cleanser when you need a break from regular novels, as well as they're a really good way to get out of a reading slump. I think that breaking up the way that we're reading is a huge thing to do, especially when we get in a slump. Yes, that's all I have to share with you. Please let me know if you have any other recommendations down below. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you want to stick around, and I will see you next time. Bye!